morning, guys. Sri Lankan Sammy, retired with mom and dad. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to talk about something very interesting that I didn't realize was like really important. So I want you guys to comment on this. Click below and comment. Are you a cat person or are you a dog person? We're here with Superstar Desmond. We're in the car headed to Gampaha. It is Saturday morning. End of the tropical storm. We have had 5 days of clouds. Look at this weather. It's been raining, flooding all over the country. Like 12 people have died from the. I'm not laughing. I'm like, oh, it's serious. But join us, why don't you? We're going to talk about the weather. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about why we're going to Gampaha. And we're going to talk about, are you a cat or a dog person? See you guys in 1 minute. Alright guys, cat or dog person? Click the link, click the comment section, let me know what you think about it. I'm Sri Lankan Sammy, retired with mom and dad. I am a Canadian expat living in Sri Lanka. And look at this water. This is the Gampaha Road. And on the left and the right you can see, these are rice paddies?
Yes.
And they're flooded right now. They're over flooded. And normally then when it gets really bad, this road gets flooded. But not today. I think last week it was flooded, right? Yeah, last week it was flooded. There's a lot of flooding going on, especially in low-lying areas. There's not a lot of drainage in this country. And you would think that the fact that it's an island, and it's a tropical island, that the water would like evaporate. And no, because the island is saturated with water. It's just like, it is everywhere. That's why we, at the house, I think you guys saw, and I'll show you the video later today, we had to tear up some of the brand new grass that mom put in because it was dying. And I said, it is oversaturated. The area that mom planted this grass in is just a sponge, and it is full of water, and the grass is dying because of it. So we're headed to Gampaha because the new navigation radio system that we installed needs a slight adjustment to connect the antenna, connect the radio antenna, and fix the tint in the back, learn how to connect the phone to this so we can play music from Bluetooth, and just some other fine details. Like Desmond wants to understand how to use this equipment because he's the one who's in the car using it the most, so he wants to learn how to use it. So we're going there to get this done, and then we were supposed to go to Peta Market today to go do some Christmas ornament shopping, but because of the rain and everything, we said no, because that place turns into a mud pit. It becomes disgusting. So we're getting close to Christmas. My brother's coming in 3 weeks. I'm super excited about the trip to Thailand. I want to thank you guys for liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting. All my new subscribers who are like really happy with what I'm doing, and I want to say that makes me happy. When I make you guys happy, that makes me happy. So please think about liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting. Commenting helps the channel grow because it shows that people like you like what you're seeing, and they'll put this channel, this video in front of other people like you who might enjoy it, and so on and so on. The algorithm, you guys know about the algorithm. So please, and if you want to support the channel, click the link down below and buy me a coconut. That will help support the channel. And we are monetized, so if you want to watch a commercial all the way through and click the link on the commercial, the ad, that helps support the channel because I'm monetized. So that's a passive way of doing it. Truly appreciate it. So are you a cat or a dog person? Now, I am a bit of both. but it depends. So I am a cat and a dog person. I love both. So when I see a cat or a dog, I will approach and play and touch and, try to interact. It all depends, right? So if it's a family dog or cat, 100%. I'm right there, playing and doing whatever I can to interact with the animal. If it's a pet, if it's a stray or a wild, you have to be careful. Especially in Sri Lanka, we have lots of street dogs and street cats. Street cats you can never approach in this country. They're wild, they're feral, and they're very scared of humans. Street dogs, though, are a little bit different because street dogs here, now the feral cats are also taken care of by people. They're fed. But the street dogs are taken care of. Some of them are not even street dogs. Some of them are family dogs that just run wild. You'll see dogs in my neighborhood that have collars and they're just left to run wild, but they come home at night. Our dog was a street dog that was brought into the house. Now she stays indoors all the time because she's really, really old and sick. So, look at that flooding. Wow. So, the animals here are well taken care of. Now, do they have diseases and sickness and fleas? And yes. So you have to be careful, right? But they're well fed. I mean, we just passed one on the way here. The neighbor was just putting out food for the dog, and the dog was eating. So they're very well taken care of, But am I a cat or a dog person? So when I was young, 10 years old, 12 years old, 10 to 12 years old, I lived in a countryside. I lived in a small town called Bradford, which is about an hour north of Toronto. Small farming community, village, 2,000 people. We lived on the edge of town. My house, 3 more houses, and then nothing but fields. So my parents got us a dog. So we went to the local, we went in the newspaper, found there was a gas station near my house that had a litter of puppies, and we got the runt of the litter, and it was a Doberman Labrador mix. It was a black dog. He was predominantly black lab, but he was German Shepherd black lab mix, but he was predominantly black lab, and he was the runt of the litter. He was a male. We ended up calling him Bruiser because I liked WWF at that time, and there was a wrestler named Bruiser Costa who was one of my favorites at the time, so I named him Bruiser. And he was a wild, untrainable dog. And here's a wild street dog right there. They're really smart. They know to avoid the cars. They know to avoid the road. They're pretty smart. So Bruiser was untrainable. We tried to train him, wouldn't work. He was really big. He was huge. He was like 80 kilos by the time he grew. He was huge. I remember he dragged me down the street one time because he saw something and he chased it. He wouldn't listen. You had to be very careful. If he took off, he wouldn't come back. He wasn't very smart. But he lived to ripe old age, like 12, 13 years, because my parents took really good care of him. After I, left home and everything, he stayed with my parents. So as a young man, I was a dog person because I lived in the countryside and it was easy to take him out and, etc., etc. The responsibilities of taking care of a dog are a lot because you have to be home all the time. Now, when I got older and I lived on my own, having a pet is important for, I believe having a pet is psychologically important because it is companionship. It's, something to be there for you. And it's nice to have a pet, regardless of what it is, fish, bird, lizard, cat, dog, hamster, whatever it is. But having a dog, come on, and there's nothing that loves you more than a dog. That dog loved me, followed me around, and then after I left, followed my dad around everywhere. But, that dog slept in my bed, and he was huge. I had a queen size bed because my dog was so huge. Wow, that river is overflowing. But when I got older and I lived on my own in an apartment, in a condo, it was cats. Oh, wow. Look at this. Hey guys, Sri Lankan Sammy. Thanks for joining. I want to take a quick moment and talk to you about the channel. I really appreciate you taking the time to support the channel, clicking like, sharing, and commenting. But I need to ask you for a little bit of help and helping me get the channel up and running a little bit better. Please click the link down below if you want to support the channel and buy me a coconut. What I will do is I will match the dollars and I will go out and buy fresh fruit and vegetables from local farmers on the roadside. You guys have seen me do that before. I'll continue doing that by supporting the local economy. Passively, if you would like to, you can just watch a commercial. I am monetized, so if you watch an ad all the way through, a couple, that would really help the channel. And even more so, click the link of the ad and let it pop up on your computer. Leave it open for a few minutes. That would really help the channel passively. And one last thing, if you could please just put a comment, an emoji, one word saying hello, saying hi, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Happy Vesak, Happy Poya, whatever it is, whenever it is, I truly appreciate it. Sri Lankan Sammy, loving you all. We'll see you all on the other side. Accident? Yeah. Huh? Oh, something went in the dish. Let's take a look here. There's a tow truck. Ooh, went right into the paddy field, nose first. Wow. Look at that. How are they going to pull that out? That's in the ditch, in the river. Yeah. In the river. It's in the river. Yeah, that's done. That car is finished. Ooh, they're pulling it right out of there. Everybody's watching. That's an adventure. Wow. That's interesting. So, when I lived in a condo, I got cats. I got 2 cats. Actually, my first cats was when I was in a relationship with my ex, and she and I had a big house, and we lived in Milton at the time, and we decided to get 2 cats. So no, we got 1 cat and then we got a second cat, because cats need someone to play with when there's nobody home. So you always have to get cats in pairs. It's always better for the cats. We got 1 cat, and then we got a second cat. And then when I left Canada, I left those cats with my ex. So when I came to Korea, I had cats. I always had cats. And when I left Korea, I rehomed those cats with a family who lived in, who were Americans, who lived on base, and they had a huge house, and they had 3 kids, and the kids really wanted older cats who were trained, etc. So I gave those cats to a great family, all the toys and everything, so they're really happy. I want a cat now. I want 2 cats now, but Mom is allergic to cats, so we can't have cats. We have a dog. I wanted to get another puppy. Mom says no, because it's just too much work to take care of a dog, and you know, Mom and Dad are old, and eventually I'm going to, you know, move out, or like I'm not home 2-3 months of the year traveling. So for them to take on the responsibility of another dog is just too much. Right now, our dog doesn't need a lot of attention because she's so old. She just sleeps all the time. So that's perfect for Mom and Dad. I mean, they have Ratna City who helps take care of the dog, so that's always good. So having another dog in the house is not a good, you know, I want one, but it's not all about what I want. The reality is that right now it might be good, but in the future wouldn't be fair to an animal. So I am definitely now in my older age, I'm a cat person. I am a cat person. I will eventually get cats because you can leave them and they don't even care. They don't care. I remember my ex and I went on vacation for 4 days to Cuba. It was a long weekend. We took 3 or 4 days and went. We were worried about the cats. We didn't know what to do. You know, should we get somebody watching them? I said, you know what? Let's just try. Let's leave them. We didn't even have a camera at that time, like a webcam. Like, you know, there was no webcam. This is early 2000. And I said, let's leave, because we had an unfinished basement, so that's where their litter boxes were. So we had 3 litter boxes, and I put an extra one, and we had the automatic timer for the food, and then we had the water fountain, the auto water fountain. So we did all of that and left it for 4 days. We left the radio on for them to have some sounds in the house, like human sounds, and that was it. We came back home. They were in the bed when we came back home sleeping, the 2 of them. And I remember looking at the cats. They looked at us and just turned around and went back to sleep like they didn't even care. You know, it was the funniest thing ever that they didn't even care that we were gone. Not like a dog who would come racing up to you, you know, yelling and screaming, barking and everything. So yeah, it was, that's cats, you can leave them for a while, you know. As long as they have another cat with them to play with, you know, to keep them company. I think, from my experience, cats are okay. As long as they have stimulation and toys and something to keep their minds occupied, they're fine. They're fine. So I'm a cat person now. For me to be a dog person would be a lot of work that I don't have the time to, and because I want to travel so much, it's not easy to travel with a dog. It's not. I have a friend who can't. What is that thing up there? That would be hot in the sun. It's like an oven in there. All glass. That's all. That's stupid. All glass. You can't have an all glass building in Sri Lanka. It's just way too hot. My goodness. Anyway, we're almost here at the store, so we're going to sign off here. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this little adventure. Please click the link, share, subscribe, like, click that bell icon so that you know every time I post a video. And join me, why don't you, on Sundays. Sunday morning Sri Lankan time for the live stream every Sunday. It's going to be an adventure. Thanks again, guys. I really, truly appreciate your time. Lots of love. We'll see you all on the other side.